Wait, before you hit play, take a deep breath and get ready to feel a wave of memories. In this video we celebrate legends who gave the world songs that never fade, singers whose voices raised us, healed us, and made us dance. Some are still touring, some choose quiet days, and a few we lost recently, but their songs still hold our hands. I promise you a warm, feel-good ride through time with stories, signature songs, and small moments you may have missed. Please watch till the end because the last minute ties all these lives together in one simple message you will want to hear and share. We begin with Willie Nelson, born April 29, 1933, a gentle soul who turns every stage into a front porch. When he sings "On the Road Again," you can almost feel the highway rolling past and the old guitar breathing with him. At 92, his voice sits soft and easy in the mix, and that calm is his magic. He shows us that country music is not only twang and hats, it is heart, humor, and truth told slow. Buddy Guy, born July 30, 1936, still wears the blues like a crown. He made the guitar cry and laugh on the same night and showed young players how to pour fire into a single bend. Listen to "Stone Crazy" and hear a life inside those notes, sweat, grit, and a grin that says he still loves to play. At 89, he is the bridge between the old roadhouses and the modern stage lights, a living treasure who refuses to fade. Mavis Staples, born July 10, 1939, is a beam of hope. When she sings "I'll Take You There," it feels like a hand reaching out and lifting you. Her voice is strong but warm, a choir and a friend at the same time. At 86, she still carries the light of unity, and every word she sings lands like a promise that we can treat each other better. Dionne Warwick, born December 12, 1940, is elegant even when she just says hello. "Walk On By" and "Do You Know the Way to San Jose" float like clear glass, simple, clean, and timeless. At 84, her phrasing is a quiet lesson in how to sing a line and let it live. She showed generations of singers that restraint can be power. Tom Jones, born June 7, 1940, turned the stage into a storm. It's not unusual, still makes people jump out of their chair, but watch him on any live clip and see how he connects. The suit, the stance, the smile. He sings like a man who loves the crowd and they love him right back. At 85, the charisma still clicks, proof that style plus skill never goes out. Neil Sedaka, born March 13, 1939, wrote catchy songs that stay in your head for days and somehow you never mind. "Calendar Girl" and "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do" are pure pop candy, yet they hold a sweet truth about love and youth. At 86, he reminds us that a perfect melody is a gift you carry for life. We also pause to honor a country great known as Miss Country Soul, born July 6, 1940, who, as this story shares, passed on August 1, 2025 at 85. Her Grammy-winning "Don't Touch Me" and long run on the Opry stage left a mark that will not fade. The voice was tender but sure, and the songs felt like letters written by someone who knew both joy and ache. We send thanks for a life well sung. Joan Baez, born January 9, 1941, turned folk into a mirror. Diamonds and rust is honest and brave, a heart laid open with grace. At 84, she carries a legacy that blends art and action, and she proved that a song can hold both a melody and a message that changes minds. Bob Dylan, born May 24, 1941, made us all rethink what a song could be. Like a rolling stone, pulled poetry onto the radio and never let it go. At 84, he remains a mystery in the best way. Always moving, always searching, always a step off the map. He taught us that rough edges can cut deeper than smooth ones. Paul Anka, born July 30, 1941, took a teenage dream and turned it into a lifetime of hits. Diana launched a career that never could be boxed in. He wrote for others, adapted with the times, and kept a classic touch in his voice. At 84, he is a reminder that charm plus craft can carry you across any decade. Paul Simon, born October 13, 1941, is a builder of quiet worlds. Bridge Over Troubled Water, and so many other songs feel like small films in your head. He blends words and sound with care, and his gentle tone hides a mind that studies every note. At 83, he stands as a master of meaning wrapped in melody. Barbra Streisand, born April 24, 1942, is pure star power with the heart of a storyteller. The Way We Were is not just a song, it is a scene that plays behind your eyes as she holds the last note. At 83, her voice remains a clear beam, and her influence still shapes how singers think about drama, phrasing, and presence. We also honor Roberta Flack, born February 10, 1937, who, as this account notes, passed on February 24, 2025 at 88. The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, and Killing Me Softly with his song, are gentle storms, soft on the surface, deep underneath. Her gift was quiet honesty that you felt in your chest. Paul McCartney, born June 18, 1942, needs no introduction. From Hey Jude to Everything After, he shows that melody is a living thing that grows if you tend it. At 83, he still writes, plays, smiles, and proves that kindness and genius can share the same body. His catalog is a map of modern music. Mick Jagger, born July 26, 1943, turned a stage into a wild road. I Can't Get No Satisfaction is a pulse that never slows, and the way he moves is its own instrument. At 82, the spark remains. He is the face of rock energy and the proof that motion and music can be one. Joni Mitchell, born November 7, 1943, paints with chords as much as with words. Big Yellow Taxi sounds light, but it carries a message that still rings. At 81, she stands as the poet of open tunings and open hearts, an artist who lets silence do as much work as sound. Diana Ross, born March 26, 1944, is pure glamour with a voice built for joy. I'm Coming Out plays and a room lifts. At 81, she still glows, a symbol of pride, strength, and celebration who moved from group success to solo shine without losing her grace. We pause as well for Sonny Curtis, born May 9, 1937, who, as this story shares, passed on September 19, 2025 at 88. He wrote songs that feel woven into daily life, I Fought the Law, and the theme that told us we could make it after all. He proved that a songwriter can shape the mood of a whole era. Rod Stewart, born January 10, 1945, is gravel and gold in one throat. Maggie May sounds like a night out you never forget. At 80, he still brings spark and wink to every chorus, a showman who keeps the crowd in the palm of his hand and loves them for it. Van Morrison, born August 31, 1945, blends soul, folk, and a touch of the mystic. Brown-Eyed Girl is pure sunshine, while many of his other songs feel like late-night walks under street lamps. At 79, he shows how rhythm can be a soft river that carries you somewhere you did not expect. Dolly Parton, born January 19, 1946, is both queen and neighbor. Jolene cuts deep and 9 to 5 makes you smile, and both hold truth. At 79, she still brings humor, kindness, and a ready heart to every stage. Her gift is not only a voice, it is a spirit that says we can lift each other up. Linda Ronstadt, born July 15, 1946, shaped genres rather than being shaped by them. Rock, country, standards, she did them all with calm control and bright tone. Blue Bayou floats like a sad dream you want to keep. At 79, her catalog reminds us that the best singers serve the song first. Cher, born May 20, 1946, reinvented the idea of pop star. Believe brought a new sound to radio and a new look to stages, and she did it with a wink and iron will. At 79, she stands as a symbol of staying power, proof that bold choices and a strong voice win over time. Elton John, born March 25, 1947, turned pop into theater without losing the heart inside it. Rocket Man lifts because the piano, the melody, and the emotion fly together. At 78, he is still larger than life, a master of hooks who leaves a touch of sadness in the best way. Emmylou Harris, born April 2, 1947, is Grace in harmony form. Boulder to Birmingham, aches with love and loss, and her voice carries both like a prayer. At 78, she remains a North Star for singers who want to blend strength and softness. Linda Thompson, born August 23, 1947, can break your heart with a whisper. A heart needs a home is simple truth sung plain. At 78, she shows how vulnerability is not weakness. It is the road to songs that live. We also honor Ozzy Osbourne, born December 3, 1948, who, as this account notes, passed on July 22, 2025 at 76. From the early days of heavy riffs to Crazy Train, he helped build a sound that roared across the world. Behind the wild image was a worker who gave everything to the music. Stevie Nicks, born May 26, 1948, is the voice of the wind on a cliff and the friend who tells you secrets at midnight. Edge of 17, thunders and floats at the same time. At 77, she still brings that cloak of mystery and a deep human core that makes crowds feel seen. Cat Stevens, Yusuf Islam, born July 21, 1948, writes songs that sit beside you like a calm father or son. Father and Son is so simple it hurts. At 77, he remains a gentle guide who proves that a quiet guitar and a kind heart can change a room. Billy Joel, born May 9, 1949, is the piano in a New York bar turned global soundtrack. Piano Man tells small stories in a big way. At 76, his shows feel like reunions where everyone knows every word and yet it all sounds new again. Lionel Richie, born June 20, 1949, brought smooth soul into homes everywhere. Hello is tender without being heavy, and his voice hugs the melody. At 76, he still has the warmth and smile that make crowds sway and couples hold hands. Bruce Springsteen, born September 23, 1949, tells America's working heart in a rush of drums and dreams. Born to Run is the feeling of the open road in your chest. At 75, he still brings sweat and poetry to the stage, and his band turns nights into memories that last years. Gloria Gaynor, born September 7, 1949, gave the world a banner to hold up in hard times. I Will Survive is more than a disco hit, it is courage with a beat. At 75, her voice and story still lift people when they need it most. Paul Rogers, born December 17, 1949, is the roar of British rock with a velvet center. With Free and Bad Company, he showed how a strong voice can ride heavy guitars without losing shape. At 75, he remains a singer, direct, powerful, and pure. Phil Collins, born January 30, 1951, brought drum thunder and soft ballads from the same soul. In the Air Tonight builds like a movie, and then the toms hit and the room gasps. At 74, he stands as a rare artist who carried both a band and a solo run with the same honest voice. Sting, born October 2, 1951, mixes brains and heart with ease. Every breath you take is haunting and clean, a melody you cannot shake. At 73, he keeps exploring, blending jazz, world rhythms, and stories about love, loss, and the wider world. Emilio Estefan, born March 4, 1953, is a builder of doors where none existed. With his partner in life and music, he brought Latin pop to the center stage with a beat that moves your feet and your mood. At 72, he remains a guide for new artists trying to cross borders with joy. Madonna, born August 16, 1958, is constant change wrapped in a hook. Like a virgin shocked, yes. But beyond the image there is a worker who understands rhythm, movement, and the power of reinvention. At 67, she still drives culture and refuses to be boxed in. Joan Jett, born September 22, 1958, kept rock raw and direct. "I love rock and roll" is a chant, a stomp, a grin. At 66, she stands as a symbol of independence, showing countless young players, especially girls, that a leather jacket and a loud guitar can be home. Bono, born May 10, 1960, spins faith, doubt, and love into big anthems that feel personal. "With or Without You" is a simple line with a huge ache, and crowds around the world still sing it like a prayer. At 65, he keeps pairing songs with service, using the mic to point toward a better day. Now, why does all of this matter? Because these artists gave us more than songs. They gave us moments to stand beside our friends, drives with the windows down, quiet nights when we needed comfort, and loud nights when we needed release. They gave us examples of work done with care, of craft that grows year after year. They showed us that you can age and still glow, change and still be yourself, rest and still be heard. If you watched closely, you saw a pattern. The oldest legends like Willie, Buddy, and Mavis carry kindness into every line. The mid-era giants like Paul McCartney, Elton John, and Dolly Parton blend showmanship with generosity. The later icons, Madonna, Joan Jett, Bono, push edges and still find a core of human truth. Across all of them, one lesson keeps rising: keep going, keep learning, keep giving. The voice changes, the light does not. It is also true that some of the names we honored here left us in 2025, as this story shares. Yet their songs remain like stars that keep shining long after sunset. When you play "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face," "Don't Touch Me," or that heavy riff that launched 1,000 bands, you feel them near. Music does that. It keeps the best parts close. So here is my promise from the start, the promise I asked you to stay for. At the end of this journey, you would feel both full and calm. Full, because you just revisited 40 lives that shaped what the world sounds like. Calm, because these stories prove that good work matters and love given through a song can last longer than any headline. If one name here brought a smile, share that name in the comments and tell us the memory. If a line from a song helped you through a hard day, write it down below so someone else can borrow its strength. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this celebration of the 40 oldest world-famous singers still with us in 2025, along with a gentle salute to the few we lost, please tap like to honor their legacy, tell me your favorite singer and song in the comments, and hit subscribe so you never miss the next warm, simple story about the voices that shaped our lives. Your support helps keep this journey alive, one song at a time.